This is Bobby C., and the journey of the first Brooklyn-born Net starts right here in Coney Island.
Welcome, everyone. We're thrilled to have you out here in Coney Island, the home of Isaiah Whitehead, as we introduce him officially as the newest member of the Brooklyn Nets.
These young people are seeing a Brooklyn-born player coming to the Brooklyn Nets. It's the right message at the right time. We welcome you, we thank you, and we know he's going to be inspiring to all of these young people here.
I think he's a humble guy, but I think he's hungry and he wants to prove something. I think there are questions about him. Obviously, he'd be a first-round pick or a lottery pick if people thought he was great. So that feeds into what we're doing.
I'm real confident. I mean, that's one of the traits about me. I'm just real competitive and real confident. I mean, I would never back down from anyone. So, I mean, I feel like I can play on a level.
His size is, that's important. His versatility and his ability to score the ball away from the ball. But what really attracted me personally to him was his passing ability. I think I was very impressed at how he, especially in the pick and roll, how he can make different reads, his basketball IQ. So we're excited about that.
And it's amazing. I mean, I'm still speechless about it. Just like I said, it probably won't hit me until I'm on the Barclays floor and his friends and family in the crowd.
What an awesome afternoon for a New York City native that gets to live his pro dream right here at home. Congrats to Isaiah on making the NBA. The young point guard may also have a chance to get some real playing time for a rebuilding squad. The Nets, after attempting to trade point guard Jarrett Jack and facing a Thursday deadline on his team option, decided to waive him instead. The Nets will now work out free agent playmaker Brandon Jennings today at UCLA per ESPN. Meanwhile, the New York Knicks have decided rebuilding is not where they are, despite missing the playoffs last season. The Orange and Blue are in win-now mode. The team and Joakim Noah, a New York native himself, are nearing an agreement on a 4-year, $72 million deal that will reunite the free agent center with newest Knick point guard Derrick Rose. The Knicks are also shopping for a shooting guard on the radar. Austin Rivers, Evan Turner, Eric Gordon, Courtney Lee, and former Knick Jamal Crawford. Most reports expect Crawford, now 36, to return to the Knicks. He's a 3-time Sixth Man of the Year, coming off another nice season for the LA Clippers. On the WNBA hardwood, the New York Liberty are in Phoenix tonight and in LA on Sunday. The team will be back home Wednesday to face Seattle. In soccer, NYCFC will host the New York Red Bulls in their big-time rivalry on Sunday at Yankee Stadium. That game gets going at 12 noon. The Copa America final last weekend saw Chile repeat over Argentina, this time in PKs, as the world's greatest star, Lionel Messi, missed on his. The failure has pushed Messi to strongly consider retirement from the international game. I will say this, he played very well in the loss and carried a team that wasn't as good as its opponent. The Mets have tried to make adjustments to their struggling lineup in the last week. The shakeup started with sending down the struggling Michael Conforto, one of the top young hitters in the game today, and promoting 2011 first-rounder Brandon Nimmo. The Amazons also brought back shortstop Jose Reyes, signing the troubled free agent and having him work his way back through the minors. He is eyed as a utility man and perhaps the team's starting third baseman in the second half of the season. As for Nimmo, he has played well since making his pro debut. He had a 9-pitch at-bat that ended with a single Thursday night at Citi Field and eventually came around to score with Alejandro Diaza during the 7th inning. The Mets would go on to top the Chicago Cubs 4-3 in a National League Championship Series rematch. The club is 5-5 over their last 10 games and is now 41-37, good for second in the NL East. Washington has a 6-game lead for the division. The Mets will continue their homestand this weekend against the Cubs. The Yankees are 8 games back in the American League and have also gone 5-5 over their last 10, moving to 39-39 with a pair of back-to-back wins against first-place Texas Wednesday and Thursday at the stadium. Closing the homestand on a nice note, shortstop Didi Gregorius has been superb. He capped a 6-run comeback in the 9th with a walk-off home run Wednesday night in a 9-7 final that also included 2 home runs from Brian McCann. Didi followed that magical win by homering again Thursday afternoon and then set the table in the 9th, bunting over Chase Headley, who would dash home on a pass ball in the 9th for a 2-1 win. The Bronx Bombers showing some signs of life in the weeks before the All-Star break, now embark on a 10-game road trip that begins tonight in San Diego. As for the Pinstripers homestand, the week included a special tribute for the late, great Mickey Mantle last Friday night. Here's our exclusive chat with the Mantle boys.
What would be the way you'd want your father to be most remembered, especially by, you talk about generations maybe moving forward that will learn about him. So what would be the way we'd want him remembered
Well,
most?
for him, he was always just wanted to be remembered as a great teammate. But I think what we like to know too, and he never really thought he was, but he was, for us, he was a great father too. But as a player, it's just he played with courage, and I always said he fell with courage and rose with grace, and so it's just stuff like that. He just and of course, like you said, he never quit, and every game was he was there to win.
To me, anyway, what he is the way he played. He played hurt most of the time, and really I don't know how long he even got to play without on two good legs. And so even though he had such a great career and all that, you still hear people saying what could have been. And every time there's a new ball player out, they're always comparing to Mickey Mantle, and so
Yes,
that
like we did.
feels great.
A very cool bobblehead of the Mick and a very cool night at the stadium for Yankee fans. A time for some quick hitters from around the world of sports. Today is the anniversary of the Derek Jeter dive against the Boston Red Sox. That was July 1st, 2004. Where does the time go? July the 1st is also the day that former Mets star Bobby Bonilla of the Bronx gets paid. Near the end of his career, the Mets agreed to buy out his contract and pay him $1.19 million annually for 25 years starting in 2011. Cha-ching. In tennis, Wimbledon action is underway. The renowned grass court tournament runs through July 10th. Novak Djokovic and Serena Williams are early favorites in the men's and women's singles, respectively. From the NHL ice, like the NBA, free agency opens today. The New Jersey Devils already scored with the trade acquisition of left winger Taylor Hall on Wednesday, and the New York Rangers could be players for a move either via trade, sign and trade, or free agency itself. Some reports suggest that the Broadway Blue Shirts could deal Dan Girardi and Mark Stahl. This weekend, sports fans will see Giants defensive stalwart Jason Pierre-Paul on PSAs talking about what fireworks can do if not handled correctly on the 4th. Been almost 1 year since JPP's accident. He's done some job in turning his career around, and hopefully his message is a powerful one to others. According to Consumer Product Safety Commission, 11 people have died in fireworks-related incidents since 2014, and over 10,000 more had to go to the hospital with injuries. It was a sad week in sports with the passing of legends Pat Summitt, one of the game's great college basketball coaches, and Buddy Ryan, the former NFL head coach and father of Rex Ryan. The two will be dearly missed and have left a lasting legacy. More on Pat Summitt in the C List. In my book, sports has always been a place where dreams can become reality. Young men like Isaiah Whitehead can aspire to play in the NBA and not only realize their goals, but perhaps even get a chance to do it at home. Sports is also a place for trendsetters and those that pave the way for others to realize their dreams. That's Patricia Sue Head Summitt's legacy. She died Tuesday from complications of early onset Alzheimer's disease. But make no mistake about it, she's the greatest college basketball coach of our era and perhaps the best of all time, joining the convo with greats like John Wooden. Summitt was just 64 years young. In her 38 years on the hardwood, she won 1,098 games, more than any other D1 coach, man or woman, and led Tennessee to 8 national championships. Summitt began her historic run in 1974, 2 years after Title IX legislation leveled the playing field for athletes of both genders by mandating equal opportunity for female athletes in academia. Under her leadership, the Lady Vols never had a losing season, and the program had a 100% graduation rate, for those that played under her guidance. But her place in history deserves even more acknowledgement for her understanding that women in sports needed to stand strong and united, and that's why she has always made sure to help other young women on the rise. When she was offered a job coaching the men at Tennessee, she said, "Why is that considered a step up?" She was a special woman, and she made a difference on and off the basketball court. That's your sports. I'm Bobby C.